how I helped my body heal from endometriosis with the help of the pure therapeutic grade essential oils from Doterra and the supplements as well. I'm sharing this story with people that are going through a similar situation or people that know others that are going through the same thing or something similar. So before we get started, I just want to mention that oils, essential oils, don't heal anything. The body has everything that's necessary to heal itself. It just needs the right environment. And I think we all know that we live in a pretty much toxic world. The food is poisoned with pesticides, the water's polluted, the air is polluted, there's heavy metals everywhere. And then we wonder, especially us as women, we wonder why we have these issues with hormonal imbalances, period pains, and the list goes on and on. To summarize my 13-year journey, I'm going to be quite succinct, but I'm going to go through a little bit of detail. At the age of 13, had painful periods, and they started all of a sudden. I started my period for the first time when I was 11, and I had no issues at all. And once I turned 13, after a few months, I started to get really bad painful periods all of a sudden, out of the blue. So I noticed that was something that was reoccurring. It wasn't like a one-time thing and then it was fine. It was just something that kept going. I decided to go to the doctor, to the GP, and the only thing that they said that it can help long-term was to get the contraceptive pill, because the only thing that I could take instead was painkillers, which I was not quite keen on that. I went on the contraceptive pill. It was a little bit better. I didn't have the pain that I had in the past, so it was something that was definitely much better. I did have quite a significant discomfort, but nowhere near as bad as it was in the past. I did have, however, hormonal imbalances and other things along with it, but I'm not going to go into much detail now. After about 9-10 years, I went to do a couple of MRIs. They were about a couple of years apart. And the only thing that the doctor said to me were, well, we are suspecting you to have endometriosis. It's not visible. But it can also, it may not show up on the MRI, and the only way that we can actually check, see, and then clear everything up there would be through laparoscopy, which is minimally invasive, however it still is invasive surgery. And I thought to myself, this is definitely not something that I want to do. I'm too young for that. I want to have children in the future, so what are my other options? And they said there's two other options. I could either get an injection which induces menopause, and I was like, I don't want that. I'm not even 30 yet. I want to have children. This is ridiculous. I cannot go through something like that. And the other option would be to go on the copper coil, which again would not sort the issue. And also they told me that the periods could get worse. So they could be, so they can get heavier and more painful, which is the complete opposite of what I want, right? So nothing could actually, I've noticed that nothing actually helped my body on this journey of healing. Nothing was working really. I think everything was just kind of covering the symptoms for a while, and then it would just go back to normal if I would go off the pill, because I did go off the contraceptive pill once when I changed the contraception, and the gynecologist said to me, well, have a 1-month break and then start. The next month when I was due to have my period, it was the same situation as when I was 13. So nothing really helped. I was still back at square one. I thought to myself, this is not the right way forward. I'm going to wait until I'm going to have children, and then I'm just going to see how it goes. At the age of 25, I found out through my sister-in-law about the essential oils from Doterra, and that to me was like a miracle. Because once again, essential oils, they just help the body along the process, okay? Because essentially, essential oils are plants, okay? And I'm only talking, by the way, about the essential oils and the supplements from Doterra, because they are pure therapeutic grade, and that means that they actually do something. So I'm not talking about any other essential oils, because 99% of the essential oils from the market are synthetic and or adulterated, which means that they may not have even a trace of plant in them, and they don't actually do anything. In my opinion, I think that's the reason why essential oils are not being given enough credit. People kind of look at me thinking, well, use essential oils and supplements, what is that? But that's because they're probably not using the right kind of pure therapeutic grade essential oils. So I'm only talking about them. And I also discovered the holistic path as well, which I learned that the holistic health doesn't focus on the body as individual organs. So, if you have an issue with your liver, it's not the case of we're just going to treat the liver and that's it. No, we're actually going to look at the body as a whole, body, mind, and spirit. We're not just going to look at one thing. We're going to look at the root cause. So that's the amazing thing about holistic health. After I decided to follow this holistic approach for 1 year, I followed the protocol where I use supplements and essential oils from Doterra to help my body detox thoroughly, because in essence, that's exactly what it needed, a thorough detox. And I tried in the past to do this, with food, but it just wasn't enough, really. It just needed something else that extra. Like I said, I only use the products from Doterra because they're pure therapeutic grade. And at the end of that 1 year, I decided to also give up completely on the contraception. I said, okay, it's been a year. I've had all of this detox. I don't want to take anything else that's hormonal at all. Nothing at all. Also, a lot of people were telling me, which by the way, this is even more frustrating. People around me that were saying, oh, well, having period pain is not something normal. And I thought, yes, I know, but what's the solution, right? And nobody pretty much had a solution that would be helpful. And the solution from my 1 year protocol, where when I've taken the supplements, I've taken the essential oils, was that the first month when I got my period, I was afraid initially. I was thinking, God, I'm preparing myself mentally for what's about to happen, because I've done this in the past and I've noticed that my body was back to square one. And it was one of the most amazing moments of my life, because not only did I have no pain at all, but I also had no discomfort, no mood swings. I always had light periods, but this one was lighter as well. And I could not believe it. And I thought to myself, okay, so maybe it's this month. Let's see how it goes. And here I am, 7 months later, at that detox protocol on the side. And I'm just carrying on with just normally incorporating just essential oils on a daily basis, just to support the general health of my body. This was one of the best moments of my life. I realized that it is possible. Anybody can do it. And if you are struggling with this issue, or if you know someone that struggles with this, reach out. I would be more than happy to help you, because I know how frustrating it is to be in this situation, to not be able to function properly, to not be able to go to work or school, college, whatever, stage of your life you're at, and always have to be almost dependent on something that is not addressing the root cause of the problem, and instead it's doing you something a lot worse in a different side of the body. Like I said, I'll be more than happy to help you in this journey. Reach out. I'll leave down in the comment section my Facebook group, which you can follow, and you can direct message me as well. And remember, you just need to commit to this, and health is a choice.